So he's still reading the tweets that he wrote that he shouldn't have gotten in trouble for, but they became hot tweets and viral tweets that got him in hot water. And he's still talking about Damar Hamlin and Shannon Sharpe's response to it. And Skip is still trying to try this in court, the court of public opinion.
Cardiac arrest.
But nobody was sure of that at that point.
Yeah.
And then it gets relayed to the league office, and they're saying, oh, my God, well, should we try? Should we not? And I said, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So I'm putting myself in the minds of the NFL decision makers as the game unfolds. So,
and this comes up,
I
and you know what's crazy?
Ill intent.
Sorry. This comes off as crazy and callous, even though it's necessary, right? Just like a pallbearer, not even him. Let's go before that. Just like a mortician could look callous because we bring you the dead body, but be respectful. And he's like, yeah, okay, stay on the other side of this veil then. Stay on the other side of this drape. And then he just grab a knife. Dog, I got a job to do, which is analyze this situation. And some of it is callous. That's why they say you don't want to see how the sausage is made. You really don't want to see what the protocol is when someone cardiac arrests on a football field. Because guess what? As much as I was sitting there crying with my son watching it, as much as you sitting there affected, as much as we sitting there like, damn, did he die on a football field? And it was a Monday night game or something like that? We all saying that and thinking that, but guess what? Can't turn your brain off now. Somebody got to think about, what do we do? Is the game over? Wait a minute, this game means something. If this game is over, who won? Why does it matter? Because they got standings. We're going to have to come right back here. When they going to play again? It's the end of the season. They're going to play on Wednesday? That's not fair. It's a domino effect, butterfly effect. Oh, snap. Somebody's job is to think that. And it's Skip's job, or at least he said it was that night, to express that, to articulate that.
Don't get it. And nobody else, I've asked many people I know, do you understand this? And nobody understands it. I don't know. It's just the internet lynch mob that runs wild. And I guess I got lynched.
Well, I mean, Shannon Sharpe, and you talked about it, and I guess he felt it was insensitive, that it should have been more focused on, Damar's health at that point.
Yeah.
And he asked you to take the tweet down. He said, I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that kind of went on, and that they say was,
you already know you got a problem with your partner if these are the challenges that are being issued or the conversations you're having. Like one thing about network and one thing about this whole media game is there are gangs. There are get along, go alongs, right? Right? Skip, Bayless, and Shannon, if y'all gonna ever catch First Take and all of the impact y'all had, y'all got to do it together. Y'all can't be splintered. You see it on Stephen A. Smith's show. He figured that out after Max. So when Skip left, his first thought was to try and do Skip again. Let me go get somebody white. I'm telling you how it went. Somebody white that knows sports, that says stuff that people are like, whoa. And Max, smart, is going to say stuff that says, whoa. Hot take, you could call it, but he's always going to come calculated whether it's right or wrong. Bad take, whatever. The point is, you can tell he thought through it. You can't find another Skip. Ain't no other Skips. Okay, but you can find something in that cookie cutter mode or something to fool the audience or to take the audience to a different place. Because Max is smarter than Skip, but Skip just got that thing. Like, he started this gangster, and this is the thanks he get. Hello. But then he realized, oh, this ain't it. I ain't gonna try and replicate that again. That formula's dead. You can't make grandma's cookies. She gave you the recipe too. Nope, not the same. So then everybody now with them, be real. It's okay. They know it. You better laugh at these jokes. If Stephen A. said a joke, you better laugh. Ain't it funny? They all together. They ain't going against Stephen A. I mean, they gonna battle here on this topic and this topic, but it's gonna stop right here. You know what it is, and it's okay. I'm not sunning anybody. I just know that there are alliances and allegiances. And so once that happened, we should all know, oh, they ain't on the same page. They ain't on the same team no more. He questioning him for his tweets. What kind of auntie behavior is that? Who gives a damn about my tweets? First of all, you care about my tweets? I'm here with you 2-3 hours every day. You talking about my tweets? And I think that's where Skip got really deeply offended. Because he's like, I'm already dealing with this mob, and now my teammate is caring about the tweets. But that's when Shannon was really caught up in that sauce, that woke, that black Twitter, whatever the hell, whatever they saying. Okay, let's do it. You know how it is. That's all that was.
Part of the reason why Shannon left, and and so forth, along with some other reasons. And
I don't know. I have no idea what he was thinking. I just know he didn't come to work the next day in protest.
Really?
That still cracks me. I mean, look, Shannon has talked about this, and he said he wished he would have come back. He would have went to work. But my question is not even that, because I'm like, duh. Remember you were growing up, somebody say something, you'd be like, duh. Duh, go to work. But more than go to work, why didn't you go to work? What got into you? I told you, Twitter. What gets into a man to say, I ain't going to work tomorrow? Why? Because Damar Hamlin, cardiac arrest, and Skip is being insensitive. Jesus. What? Didn't you play football? Somebody should say, didn't you play football? Ain't you a Hall of Famer? Aren't you a 3-time champion? Aren't you tougher than that? What? I'm protesting. Oh, because of your brother and stuff. Dog, one ain't got nothing to do with the other. I know it triggered you and all that. The best TV would have been Shannon Sharpe showing up the next day and opening up about what his issue was. That would have been the best TV. I guarantee you the Fox executives like, dog, that's gold. It's not even contrived. But instead, you kept the gold at home and then made everybody wonder. And no lie, all of our thoughts didn't go to strengthen you. All of our thoughts went to like, man, that's auntie. Really, he lost credibility. More than that, he lost some respect. People was like, oh, stay in there, stick to the fire, go through the fire. That would have been an amazing show. Amazing show. I give you this, another moment that happened for me that wasn't contrived. Junior Seau unalived himself while I was on air. And when I found out, and I'm on air with Max and we talking, and I'm like, it wasn't like I walked into work, so I understand it's a different set of circumstances, but the point is, part of that process is you still having to do what you have to do because you're still here, right? And then the viewers, the connection gets stronger because it's like, oh, that's a real dude. He not just a 3-4 hour a day mannequin just talking sports like he loves it, but then he goes to a different world. No, all of his worlds are colliding. Man, that would have been an epic show, just to be real.
Yes, and that the higher-ups at Fox were very unhappy with him, as was Lil Wayne, who texted me during the show and said, hey, if I'd known, I would have come in and sat across from you. So
the hell that got to do with anything? Shout out to Weezy F Baby. Please say the baby. That's my dog. Love that dude. Same time, we wanted Shannon Sharpe. We wanted him unfiltered. We wanted him emotionally naked in that moment. You know what I mean? Like, just strip down, dog, and tell the real. Tell Skip what you felt. Oh, you imagine the conversation, him and Skip. The only thing is Skip is emotionless at times. So most times, if not all times. So maybe Skip would be like, suck it up. Like, I don't know how abrasive he would have been, but it would have been worth watching.
Oh, I don't know. And then the next day he came back and I was told that he would let it go and just talk about an injury that his brother Sterling had suffered that pretty much did end his career. I worked with Sterling at ESPN, and we came on live, and Shannon went after me about the tweet, and I told him that nobody upstairs had any problem. That's the God's truth. Nobody at Fox had any problem. So if you can find somebody who had a problem with it at Fox, you're way ahead of me. But I didn't know of anybody, and I certainly wasn't scolded or suspended or penalized in any way, shape, or form for that tweet.
And you shouldn't have been. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. Wow. The logical math that they were running, Fox, Shannon, Skip, all independently, too, even though Skip and the executives seemed like they were on the same page, but not to Shannon because Shannon didn't have the communication. right? Shannon didn't participate in the conversation, didn't participate in the communication fully. That's what happens when you get into arguments, right? And then somebody shuts down. Oh, it's a problem now. Because you don't even understand what we all going through. We got to talk through this. Anyway, if your logical equation is, I am Shannon Sharpe, my brother, Sterling, who I saw and probably going to see again next month. We always go to the same golf tournament. Respect to him, the great. He ended his career ended on one play, one game. This triggers me. Now you're being insensitive to something that triggers me. There's a battle going on. There's a part of me that's saying, oh, man, let me be empathetic to that. And I'm going to live that through. And then there's a part of me that's going to tell that empathetic side of me, hey, man, suck it up, bro. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. This ain't the first player to ever lose his career. And he didn't even lose his career. He came back. The boy died, came back to life, and then said, I'm going to come back to the NFL too while I'm at it. And this ain't got nothing to do with your brother. Like, your triggers can be your trigger, but they are for you. They're your triggers. They can't be our triggers, okay? Don't take the why off, because now you're not thinking. Put the why back on. Why? Our. No, those are why, our, yours. Anyway, respect that they all both landed on their feet or did what they had to do and all that, but boy, we had a show. That show was insane. Undisputed was it. It was it. But, you know, like anything, if something starts, it must end, including life, right? Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. Oh, that wasn't enough? Y'all want some more? Well, check out the link in my bio, Hydration Situation Live. Blah, blah, blah. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I believe it's the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration situation. So